Hello everyone, my name is Timmy Ekinson and I am a second year student studying games design at the University of Bolton. This video journal is being created to showcase my progress through my portfolio project titled City of the Gods. We were given this project about a week ago on the 19th of September and have approximately 3 months in which to complete it. With the title City of the Gods, we were told to come up with a game idea and create something related to it. The examples given to us were like create a level or create an opening cinematic for the game. Initially I looked at Greek mythology because for me Mount Olympus is like almost a literal city of the gods, because it's a city on the Mount of Olympus where all the gods reside. So it's almost literally a city of the gods. After doing a bit of research on the gods and a bit more into Greek mythology, I decided that this wasn't really the route that I wanted to take, because I felt it was a bit cliche to jump straight to Greek mythology, and I was sure that it was something that many people might do, and also something that has been done quite a lot in the past. So I decided to look at the 7 ancient wonders of the world, hoping that I could get a sense of inspiration from these, but unfortunately this wasn't the case. So to help myself progress, I decided to look up the meaning of the word God, and I found 2 interesting definitions. The first one being the one supreme being, creator and ruler of the universe, and the second one is the supreme being considered with reference to a particular attribute. So after looking at these, mostly the second one, it sort of made me branch away from an actual god, like an omnipotent being who essentially can't die and has special sort of powers, and more on people's interpretation of gods. And this sort of led me to look at Assassin's Creed, or the Assassin's Creed series by Ubisoft. To anyone who hasn't played the Assassin's Creed series, it's a good series and I recommend you play it. And this may be a spoiler alert, so apologies in advance. But humanity in Assassin's Creed is said to have been created by a supreme race which has been dubbed the First Civilization, who were wiped out by a solar flare, and then humanity sort of came along. Well, they were around because they were created by them, but then humanity sort of advanced after the First Civilization was wiped out, and humanity was said to have been created in their image. And so I want to do something sort of similar to that, in the sense that they're not exactly gods in the way that like religious view they're not exactly gods in the way that religion would view them, but it's more of a god based on the perception of humanity. So that's the sort of thing I am planning to do, and so to help me along with that, I'm going to look at some stuff from Assassin's Creed in my mood board, and as I go along I'll hopefully find other stuff that can help me along the way. That's all I've got for now, but I'll have more information in my next blog. So everybody, have a nice day and goodbye. This links back into my referencing from Assassin's Creed, where the solar flare wiped out the First Civilization and allowed the humans to progress. In my idea, the First Civilization were never around. It's purely the humans, and the solar flare sort of created a need for the humans to progress and evolve. Hello again, just quickly wanted to update you on my progress on the project. I've decided that I'm going to create an opening cinematic to a game which will be called New World Order. I won't actually be creating the game, but it just helps to get through the project and explain it a little bit. I've also finished my mood board, and the images on the mood board will help to explain what the cinematic will be about. So I'll quickly go through that and explain the different images. The picture in the centre is of a sign that says the future. This has just been used because it's quite an easy way to represent that my project will be taking place in the future. It's quite far ahead in the future, which is why I've got the picture of Tron next to it. The city in Tron is quite advanced, and that's sort of how I want my city to be. And the picture of the city above the Tron picture has been used because even though it's not the city from Tron, it sort of represents how I want my city to look, like quite bright and sort of neon lights and stuff like that. So that's what that picture's been used for. The picture of Las Vegas has been used because Las Vegas is like a city surrounded by barren land and a lot of dry mountains, and in my project my city will be centered in barren land. Well, the majority of the world will be quite barren, and the city will be in the middle of a desert, and it will be covered by a dome. The reason for the dome and the reason why the land is barren is because a solar flare affected the Earth's climate and caused a lot of radiation and caused a lot of the population to become mutated. So that's what the image of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and the image of the solar flare represent. The people on the bottom left of my mood board they've just been used to represent a sort of community, and the community will be the people that live inside the dome. Linking up with the sort of City of the Gods idea, the people within the dome are classed as like pure humans because they've not been affected by the mutation, and the people outside, they're not even regarded as human anymore because they've become mutated. So the people in the dome are essentially the gods because they're pure, whilst the people outside the dome are mutants and impure. In my previous video I mentioned that I'd have some Assassin's Creed images on here. I don't have any on here, but that's because my idea changed a little bit. Whereas I wanted to have beings that created the humans as the gods, I've decided instead that it will just all be completely about humans, and the humans that are regarded as the gods, as I explained a little bit earlier, are just the humans that are pure and free from radiation. I have my milestone meeting tomorrow, so when I get back from that, I'll do another journal, talking about my feedback and how I plan to go on with the rest of my project. So yes, I should do another video journal tomorrow. If not, it will be sometime this week. That's all for now. Goodbye. Hello again. This is my third video blog now. If you're wondering about the blanket, it's because it's a little bit cold in my house, so that's what that's for. I had my milestone meeting a couple of days ago with Craig. It went reasonably well. It could have been a bit better, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I showed him my mood board and I explained it, and I also had a storyboard, not fully completed, but it was something to show that I knew what I wanted to do. He said the idea was good and that it looks like it could work well. The only downside was that my project plan was pretty bland. I hadn't planned for the whole of the project. I'd only been planning as I worked, and that wasn't how we were supposed to do it, so I need to make sure that for my next meeting I have my project plan fully updated. I also need to have started my cinematic The way I'm going to be doing that is by using Adobe Photoshop. It's going to be a 2D parallax cinematic. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never done this sort of animation before, so and I've never used Photoshop either, so it will be a bit challenging, but I'm sure it'll be quite fun. So yeah, for the next meeting I need to have started my cinematic. I think I've got, well, at the moment I have 6 main scenes, so I need to have those at least drawn in line for the next meeting, and I need to have started on my website for that all this portfolio work is going to be put on. So I plan to get onto that quite soon, but progress may be a little slow because I also have another assignment that is nearing the hand-in date. So I'm not entirely sure about how that's going to go, but I'll try and get as much done as I can for the next meeting. That's all I've really got to say for now. I'll probably do another blog closer to my next milestone meeting or after the next milestone meeting. Hi again. I had my second milestone meeting earlier on today. I would have liked to have done another video blog before this one, but I didn't really have the time because I was finishing up another assignment. But I got that all handed in, so hopefully I'll have more time to spend on my portfolio work. Back to the milestone meeting. I was a little disappointed because I didn't get as much done as I had hoped I would. I did manage to get my plan all filled out, and I was able to get my website started. There's no work on it yet, but all the pages have been created. Craig was a little... I had Craig again. He was a little disappointed that I'd only managed to get half of the scenes drawn for my cinematic, but I'm sure that if I stick to my plan, I'll be able to get back up to date and finish everything that needs to be done. For the next meeting, I need to have finished all my scenes and hopefully started my animation. And I need to have uploaded some of my work onto my website, for example, my storyboards and my mood board, and if nothing else, just put a bit of information about what each page is going to display. This video blog has been fairly short, but because there's not really been much to tell, but hopefully I'll be able to fit another one in before my next meeting. And that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.